Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about group, which is self-service group management, right? So this is something which is by default enabled across the Entra, right? And this is available for all the users across the organization when we set up a brand new tenant, right? And it allows users to create Microsoft 365 group as well as security groups, right? And this may impose security risk as well as this may impose the group creation situations that every user is going to or is able to create group across the organization. That means there is no control on group creation, right? And this is by default behavior of Entra currently. It keeps or it is enabled for all the users across the organization that every user can go ahead and create security group as well as Microsoft 365 group, right? And that is what I'm going to show you how we can manage that self-service for group management appropriately. And then that can also help in improving as well as reducing the burden of help desk team as well as IT support team in order to manage the groups and users and owners and everything. And we can also put that on the name of or on the people who are actual owner of each of those groups so that they can go ahead and manage their groups, and that can simplify a lot of tasks, be it your access reviews or be it any other scenarios where you wanted to make sure the respective owner should be held responsible for their group management, group memberships, and managing the group life cycle, right? So this is really going to be helpful in all those situations. But at the side or opposite to that side is something where when we are allowing people to create security groups, right? And then Microsoft 365 groups, then that's something which can have a disastrous as well. So there are two ways or two things. Either we would allow them to create a group, right? And then let them or ask them to manage those groups for the group cycle life cycle management for those groups, as well as it is going to help and simplify the access reviews processes for members, internal users, external users, right? And then we can also allow them to manage all those membership together, right? The other side of that is when people are going to create multiple groups, it is going to create multiple SharePoint sites and respective workloads within 365 environment in backend. And that may become a big chaos in order to manage all those groups, all those respective SharePoint site, respective mailboxes and everything together, because we really don't know who is doing what with the respective SharePoint sites, team sites or team channels and groups and everything together, right? So definitely there is something which really needs to be taken care in order to manage everything appropriately. And then we should put appropriate either sensitivity labels for data protection and everything, or whether we should put appropriate internal and external sharing capabilities on those groups so that people can either share the data outside the organization that they can manage it or what, right? So this is something we can take it and we can manage it appropriately, and that is why I'm going to show you the default setting as well as the end user experience, how end users can go ahead and create security group as well as M365 groups. And once we disable that, then definitely there would be an experience as well, like user won't be able to create those groups, but whoever is owner of those groups, they can go ahead and manage those, right? So let's jump on the demo and I'll show you how we can do that. So let me share my screen quickly here. Let's go ahead and share screen. All right, so here you can see that I've shared my screen, and on the screen you can see I'm in the Entra portal, so I'll go back to the main home page, and from there I'll show you uh, from Entra to get into the group sections, groups, and then group settings, right? So from group settings directly, or even if you come to the all groups and then move to the general settings here, then you can see all of these applications or options, right? So here you can see at the top where self-service group management, there are two options for us. The first option says that, and you can see all of these options are currently set to no, right? This is a default setting. Even I, as an end user for this account, if I go to the group management portal here at the myaccounts.microsoft.com/groups portal, here I can see create M365 group and create security group, right? And at the left navigation side, you can see that I have groups I own, groups I am in as a member, and other options like deleted groups, requests, and other options, right? So now by default, I'm as a user, I can simply go ahead and create a group with the respective policy that I wanted to achieve or I wanted to assign to it, right? On the both sides, security as well as M365 collaboration group, right? So let's go back to the Entra portal here. On the portal side, you can see that restrict user ability to access groups features in M365 group. In my groups, group and user admin will have only read-only access when the values is set to yes. So if we set to yes, that means it is showing us what would be the behavior of this change, right? Similarly, at the top, you can see owners can manage group membership requests in my group section. My group section is going to be this one, right? So these are the two options for self-service management. And on the creation side, these are the two options under the security group as well as Microsoft 365 collaboration group. So in the security side here, it says users can create security groups in Azure portal, API, and PowerShell as soon as they have the appropriate levels of access, right? The next says users can create M365 group in Azure portal, APIs, and PowerShell. Even here also, if user has the access, and you can see that all of these options are no, right? That means this is allowing users to go ahead and create a group, right? Now, if I go ahead and create a test group or something like that, maybe I can select this name. I have created already similar name, so I'll just give it a name, something different, and then set the policy. So under set policy, there are three different options for us. One is this group is open for all users. This group requires owner approval. Only the owner of this group and admin can add members. Let's say if I set it to all users and then next, and boom, it is going to simply create that group. Right? So this has created a group. You can see the complete details of this group. It does not have any sensitivity label, group links, then the policy, how many owners, how many members, what is the description of this group, then what type of this group is. It is assigned membership and group type is set to Microsoft 365. Even I can edit this group, I can leave this group, or I can simply delete it if in case I don't want it. On the member side, I have options to add number of people as a member, right? And I have options to, let's say I wanted to add this user, and then I have these many options to select. Either I wanted to add this person as a member, owner, member and owner both, right? So together this user can become member as well as owner. Let's say if I add it, then this user is going to be member added here, and at the same time it is going to be owner as well, right? Here is a cross and remove button. I can simply remove this from member side, and this is going to ask for confirmation. Are you sure you want to remove this? If you say remove owner, then it is going to remove, and under the owners or under the members, this user is going to be available. So from here, I can simply make this user as a owner, or if not, then I can simply go ahead and remove it. So I have that options as well, right? So this is one of the way for end users to go ahead and create groups. So this was M365 group. Now let's look at the security group. So for security group, it is going to be the same, right? Let's say I give it a name, description, and let me select the appropriate option. Let me select the first one, click next, and boom, the group is created. Here you can see that we have all those options available except sensitivity label and other options. There was one more option which we can assign it on a group level, right? So this is going to be or these are the different options that are created when this type of group is created. On the member and owner side, we can add respective people here as a owner as well as members, right? So let's say I add this one. I wanted to give this user as a member and owner membership. So this user is added as a owner here, and same would be added as a member as well, right? So this is something which we have created for or from the as an end user point of view. Now we wanted to make sure these options are disabled, because in the corporate setup or corporate organizations, this is something which really is not been available or allowed to the users or across the global uh, tenant, because this is something which we don't want to manage or let people do or to people manage, because if organization has their respective support team, IT team, and they wanted to make sure everything is being or everything should be managed by IT and not the people, right? From creation point of view, from management of view, and everything together. So definitely in that case, we should restrict this, and then we wanted to stop it, right? So let's say we wanted to stop owners can manage group membership requests. So we can either set to yes or no. So it is set to no, and then we wanted to restrict to yes, then we will keep it yes, because we wanted to restrict that one. And then next, we wanted to say or set security groups and 365 groups to be not allowed to create. Let's say I go ahead and save it, or set it to yes, and then we should be good here to go ahead and save these settings. Now this setting is saved, and this should be automatically removed, because this is not going to allow us to create as an end user. And this might take a bit of time to synchronize and show that change here, whether it is going to allow me to create a group or not. But this way, it is going to be simply blocking that capability for for end users to go ahead and create those type of groups, right? So this is something which is a kind of group or self-service group management for the respective department, respective team, respective users, right? And there are two very important scenarios I would like to call out here. Those are the delegated group management and self-service group management, right? So those are the two scenarios where why you wanted to allow this group creation to end users or maybe respective team members across the organization. Let's say we wanted to held responsible for group creation management, and along with the group membership and management as well, from the respective departments leads or the function leads, right? And those people who should be able to manage those groups, also they need to make sure who should be accessible or who should have access to that respective group, so that that respective person is going to get the access to the respective resources, respective data, and whatever is required to perform their job, right? And this way they need to make sure they have the appropriate access, right? Even this can also be managed using access package and everything together with the lifecycle management of access reviews and everything together, right? So, but that is something which needs to be built and then provide access to the appropriate team and team members. And but this is something which really works with the respective group owners, and group owners has to take appropriate actions, right? So this is going to be very helpful in that scenario, in that situation, and it has a lot to offer in that way if you take it in a positive side and appropriate side. So definitely it's going to help and resolve that conflict and delay and time bounding and all other scenarios. So yeah, that's all for this video. I wanted to show you and convey through this video, and hope you like it. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Also watch other videos around Microsoft 365, Azure, FinOps, and Microsoft Entra ID in Intune, and lot many other topics I have covered on. And yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.